Haribol. Greetings, everyone. So, I was thinking today that I'm gradually coming to the point of realizing, understanding that it's best to be with God, with Krishna, not to try to be separate from Him. So I know that myself, I have for countless lifetimes been averse to Him, trying to forget Him, trying to be independent. But by the grace of the very dear beloveds of Sri Krishna, the pure devotees, my beloved spiritual masters, I'm gradually waking up to the fact that actually our real life is with Krishna. And I was also remembering, there's one of my spiritual practices is to read from Brahma Samhita, the teachings, the glorification by Lord Brahma. And the forward to that, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that Sri Krishna is ever inviting the fallen conditioned souls to associate with him through devotion, through the eternal serving mood. So this is the most amazing thing, that Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the beloved of all souls, is always inviting us, fallen conditioned souls, to associate with him. This is amazing. This is amazing. Although I and so many others have been so averse and so offensive to him, still he's so kind, so compassionate, has so much concern for our welfare that he's always inviting us to associate with him. So this is the message of the great souls, is that we should try to be with Krishna. We should try to be with Krishna, give up our false independence, and in this way we will become peaceful and happy. As Prabhupada says, just try to love Krishna. There will be no insufficiency if we try to do that. So how do we associate with Krishna? We understand that Sri Krishna, he is residing in his personal abode, the topmost planet Goloka Vrindavan, way beyond this material universe. That is his personal home. How do we associate with him? How do we get there from this dark material universe and be with him? But very kindly, as my Guruji has explained, that he says that, everyone in this material world is in solitary confinement, in the sense that we are locked up. The soul, the individual soul, is locked up inside a material body. So it's a little prison house. And so we're all in solitary confinement because of our past misdeeds. But Sri Krishna is so kind that he's descended to this dark material universe in the form of his holy name. So many volumes and volumes have been written about the holy name in all religions, just like we've been watching this wonderful series called The Beloved, about the life of Jesus and his disciples. And we hear that, of course, he gave us this Lord's Prayer, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So in all the great scriptures, the holy name of God is glorified. And my Guruji explains that, yes, we're locked up inside the cell, but Krishna has kindly agreed to come inside the cell with us. So we're no longer alone inside the cell of this material body, if we agree, if we accept this process of chanting the holy names. So in other words, we are to understand that Krishna and his name are non-different. In fact, it's said that Krishna's name is even more merciful than Krishna himself. That is inconceivable. But anyway, the point being that yes, here is the way we can associate with Krishna, even in this material world. So many billions and billions of years away from Goloka, the personal abode, but kindly Krishna has come here in the form of his holy name. And as my Guruji explains, the degree to which we will realize that Krishna and his name are the same depends on the degree of surrender in our hearts. Surrender, what does surrender mean? To offer oneself with love. So this will determine the extent to which one appreciates that actually Krishna is not different from his name. And in this way we can associate with him. Of course, also the holy books, the Shastras, we understand these books are conscious, living. So they too, they are not different from Krishna. So by hearing, chanting the holy names, by reading the books of devotion, of course, we know that phrase, if two are gathered in my name, then I am present there. So associating with devotees. So these are some very, very simple but very powerful ways by which we can associate with Krishna. Amazing. And we need to be, of course, convinced that this is for our supreme benefit. Nobody can be alone, so we're always with someone or another. But we need to be convinced that actually the best person to always be with, to associate with, is Sri Krishna, the beloved of the gopis, the cowherd boy, the son of Nanda. He's Prema Niketana, the reservoir of all love. Prema Niketana. So yes, if we are fortunate enough to be convinced that, yeah, I should go for this, I should try for this, let me try to be with Krishna. And of course, it's the mood is important. That devotion means I wish to serve Krishna. Of course, material love means I want to exploit everybody for my benefit. But this is not the mood that will take us, that will bring us to associate with Krishna. The exploitation mood, no. The natural mood of the soul is devotion, is service. How can I please Krishna? What can I do to please him? And of course we know that, as Krishna says, no one is my devotee if he says he's my devotee. But if he's the devotee of the devotee of my devotee of the devotee many, many times removed, then he's my devotee. So this principle is there, that if I want to associate with Krishna, I want to please Krishna, I need to please Krishna's devotee. So this simple process is given to us, just like in the Samsara prayers, the last verse is there, that by the grace of the spiritual master, we get Krishna. No other way, no other way. As my Guruji also once said, that in Kali Yuga, in this dark age, people have a hard time even just believing in God. What to speak of wanting to be with him, wanting to serve him. I was reading in Prabhupada was talking to a man called Desmond O'Grady, a poet from Ireland in the early 70s in Rome. And this man was asking many questions, but he was saying, who taught God? Where does God get his knowledge from? So Prabhupada explained, as he always does in his very profound and simple way, that first you need to know who is God. And then you can understand, when you gradually understand that, then you'll understand that actually God means he doesn't need to be instructed by anyone. Janma Dyasya Yataha, that first verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. He's the source of everything, source of all knowledge, source of everything. So he doesn't need instruction. This is one definition of God, is that he doesn't need to be taught by anyone. Anyway, so fortunately we are getting this highest information, first class, Rajvidya, king of knowledge information about who is God and how to associate with him, how to please him. And the more we become convinced that this is everything, just like that verse in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaunam Janmanamante Gyanavanman Prapadyate Vasudev Savamiti Samahatma Sadulabha. Janmanam, after many, many births, he who is actually wise surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the source of everything, like that. So in other words, if we become convinced more and more that all I need is bhakti. All other desires are useless. They will not satisfy the soul. But this one desire to surrender to Krishna, to serve Krishna, this in itself will thoroughly satisfy my soul, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Infinite wisdom and total satisfaction. Can you imagine? Total satisfaction. Yeah, we see in this world people are making huge plans and efforts to be satisfied, with money and power and so many things. And of course, ultimately they are defeated. Everything is taken away by death, But the devotee, fortunately, doesn't look in that direction. He looks within. How can I cultivate this spiritual strength? How can I wake up my sleeping soul? And he becomes convinced that this is my business. I have no other business except the bhakti business. Anyway, just a few thoughts to share with you on your spiritual journey. May the great soul smile on you. Hare Krishna.